In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on September 15, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Pittsburgh Steelers versus Denver Broncos. In Week 2, an intriguing American Football Conference matchup unfolds as the Pittsburgh Steelers journey to the West to face off against the Denver Broncos. The two teams have not clashed since their last encounter in 2021, a game in which the Steelers emerged victorious with a score of 27-19. However, it's worth noting that this victory occurred during the era of Ben Roethlisberger. In their season opener, the Steelers managed to win against the Falcons, securing an 18-10 victory despite being 4.5-point underdogs. Conversely, the Broncos suffered a 26-20 defeat in Seattle, although they did cover the spread as 6.5-point underdogs. Unfortunately, the anticipated Russell Wilson revenge game will not materialize in Week 2 as the Pittsburgh Steelers visit Denver to take on the Broncos. Wilson's calf injury caused him to miss Week 1, and it appears that Justin Fields will start his second consecutive game for the Steelers. Pittsburgh is coming off a road win against the Falcons, but this victory seemed more a result of Atlanta's mistakes than Pittsburgh's prowess. Kirk Cousins, playing his first game since an Achilles tear, displayed significant mobility issues and looked out of sorts. The Steelers' offensive performance under Arthur Smith's new play calling was lackluster, with Fields passing for only 156 yards and the team averaging a mere 3.3 yards per carry. Denver's home opener poses a tough challenge, as the high elevation often affects visiting teams early in the season. Although Bo Nix didn't shine in his pro debut last week, the Broncos still managed to cover the spread with a rookie quarterback making his first career start on the road. The Broncos' defense showed promise by limiting Geno Smith to just 171 passing yards and forcing 2 safeties. Nix should feel more at ease in his home environment after being thrust into a challenging situation in his debut. He also demonstrated some potential with his mobility last week. Given Justin Fields' inconsistent performance on the road, betting on him to cover points is risky. Mike Tomlin's influence may not be sufficient to uplift the offense, as the onus will fall on the coordinators and Fields to advance against Denver. The Steelers had to rely on field goals throughout their game against the Falcons, a strategy unlikely to be effective again. Fields continues to struggle with pocket passing, often opting for the first read and then scrambling. Pittsburgh's decision to limit Fields to 23 passes indicates a lack of confidence in his ability to consistently throw downfield. Denver covered the spread in their opener, and Nix should exhibit greater composure in his second start. Coach Sean Payton will have a game plan designed to maximize Nix's strengths, supported by his coaches after a 42-pass game in his debut. Denver is set for their first home game of the season and should secure a win with their rookie quarterback, especially against an offense that has yet to find the end zone. In today's NFL, offense often dominates, so I lean towards the offensive-minded coach over the defensive strategist in this matchup. Therefore, the Denver Broncos to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Despite the low point total set for this NFL game, the signs suggest a defensive battle. Both offenses struggled to find success in their previous games. Pittsburgh had to settle for field goals throughout their win, and Justin Fields is expected to deliver another lackluster performance. Denver will likely focus on stopping the run and force Fields to stay in the pocket and locate receivers, a task he has struggled with. Denver's run game was ineffective in their opener, contributing to Nix's high number of pass attempts. Nix led the team in rushing yards with only 35, highlighting potential issues with the offensive line. Facing TJ Watt will further challenge a line already showing signs of vulnerability. Pittsburgh remains a defense-first, ball-control team, so it is unlikely that Denver will significantly outscore them with Nix in just his second start. Both teams had trouble scoring touchdowns last week, combining for 9 field goals and only 1 touchdown. Defense appears to be the key for Week 2, with both teams' defensive lines poised to capitalize on questionable quarterback play. Expect another low-scoring game where defense prevails. Therefore, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Cincinnati Bengals versus Kansas City Chiefs. In Week 2 of the NFL season, we are treated to a highly anticipated showdown in the American Football Conference between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs. Last season, these two teams faced off, with the Chiefs emerging victorious with a score of 25-17 on their home turf. Joe Burrow was absent from that game, and Harrison Butker played a pivotal role, securing the win for Kansas City with 6 successful field goals. The Bengals are coming off a difficult home defeat against the Patriots, where they lost 16-10 and failed to cover the 8-point spread as favorites. Conversely, the Chiefs began their season with a solid performance, defeating the Ravens 27-20 and covering the 3-point spread. The Cincinnati Bengals experienced a significant upset in NFL Week 1, falling to the New England Patriots with a score of 16-10, despite being 7.5-point favorites. The Bengals offense, led by Joe Burrow, faced difficulties in scoring. Notably, they fumbled at the Patriots' 1-yard line during the second quarter and failed to convert crucial 3rd and 2 and 4th and 2 opportunities at the New England 36-yard line in the third quarter. The game was indeed a close call for Cincinnati, and I anticipate a strong rebound from them this week. On the other hand, the Chiefs held a 27-17 lead over the Ravens with just 10 minutes left in the game. However, Baltimore came close to scoring a touchdown in the final moments, nearly giving them the chance to go for a 2-point conversion to win. This matchup feels like a classic opportunity to buy low on the Bengals and sell high on the Chiefs. In their 5 previous encounters, Joe Burrow and the Bengals have held a 3-2 record against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, although Kansas City has slightly outscored them with a combined total of 127-125. Only one game in this series has seen a winning margin of more than a field goal, suggesting that another closely contested game is likely this Sunday. Ja'Marr Chase of the Bengals had a challenging Week 1 against a sharp Patriots secondary, but I have reservations about the effectiveness of Kansas City's secondary. The Chiefs lost top cornerback L'Jarius Sneed in free agency, which might provide Chase with an opportunity for a significant rebound game after his subdued performance in the opener. The initial line for this game had the Chiefs as 7.5-point favorites, but it has gradually decreased to 6. This adjustment is noteworthy since Kansas City was only a 3.5-point favorite when these odds were first released during the offseason. Week 1 often leads to overreactions, and I am cautious not to let the results of the first game skew my expectations. The Bengals' offensive line performed admirably in their opener, and I anticipate a better showing from Joe Burrow in this matchup. Although the Chiefs' offense is potent, their defense might struggle to contain Burrow effectively. Thus, the Cincinnati Bengals to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. There are several uncertainties regarding Kansas City's secondary, and I was not particularly impressed with the Bengals' defensive performance in Week 1, especially their defensive line. Patriots running back Ramondre Stevenson accumulated 120 rushing yards against them. Despite some pressure from Cincinnati, quarterback Jacoby Brissett had a relatively low pressure to sack rate of 7.7%, meaning he managed to release the ball quickly and avoid the pressure. Patrick Mahomes is exceptionally skilled at evading pressure, having ranked second in the NFL for pressure to sack rate in 2023 at 11.2%, with previous rates of 10.8% in 2022 and 12% in 2021. Even if the Bengals manage to apply pressure, Mahomes is likely to release the ball swiftly and exploit a Bengals secondary that faced a less formidable quarterback in Week 1. In their 5 meetings, the Bengals and the Chiefs have averaged 50 points per game, a trend I expect to continue this Sunday. Although the Chiefs may initially lean towards a run-heavy strategy following the success of the Patriots on the ground, this approach should eventually open up opportunities for play-action passes in the second half. I anticipate the Chiefs will score nearly 30 points. Additionally, since Burrow's sophomore season, the Bengals have averaged 32 points per game following games where they scored 17 or fewer points. Expect both teams to light up the scoreboard in what promises to be an exciting, high-scoring game. Therefore, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Bears versus Houston Texans. The Houston Texans will host the Chicago Bears this Sunday night for a matchup on Sunday Night Football at NRG Stadium. Both teams enter this game with a 1-0 record, although they reached this point through quite different means. The Bears struggled offensively in their opening game, failing to score a touchdown on offense, while the Texans had a standout performance from their key players. This discrepancy sets the stage for an intriguing game as fans anticipate how these two teams will fare against each other. 2 seasons seasons ago, the Bears managed to secure a close 23-20 victory over the Texans, but with new quarterbacks leading both teams now, it will be interesting to see how this new chapter in their rivalry unfolds. The Bears are still a few games away from fully realizing the impact of their first overall pick from the draft held in April. Based on their offensive performance in Week 1, it seems likely that the Texans will prove too challenging for them. The Texans possess a range of offensive and defensive weapons, and given the effectiveness of their offense and the struggles the Bears faced against the Titans, Houston should have no trouble finding success in the red zone. The Bears need to improve their ability to complete drives to stay competitive. While there is potential for improvement, it appears they are currently at a disadvantage compared to the Texans' strong core. Despite projections that the Bears' defense will perform better this season, their first game presented them with a relatively easy challenge. The Texans offer a more formidable offensive threat with a variety of strategies to exploit. The Bears' offense underperformed, and Caleb Williams will likely need more time to adapt. With DeMeco Ryans known for his sharp defensive acumen, he is expected to fine-tune Houston's defense and create challenges for Williams. Although the Bears managed to secure a victory, it appeared more due to the Titans' mistakes than the Bears' dominance. If Caleb Williams continues to perform at that level throughout the season, the Bears could face significant long-term issues. Given the current line, which is surprisingly low considering the team's relative strengths, the Houston Texans to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full-game side pick. Until proven otherwise, it's uncertain whether the Bears' offense can consistently score more than 17 points per game. Their defense did score 2 touchdowns last week, but it is unlikely they will replicate that success against the Texans, even if they manage to disrupt Houston's drives. The Bears' difficulties on third down last week raised concerns about whether their pass protection can hold up, potentially leading to more punts. Consequently, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.